Hi, and welcome to another episode of Hot Takes with me, the Silver Fox. Now, we know that Alibaba lies all the time, and surely even he knows we know he lies all the time. Doesn't matter what he says, we just know that when he opens his mouth, stuff comes out and it is all complete and utter, unregurgitated horseshit. There's nothing else to say. So when he makes ridiculous claims that in an independent Scotland, Scottish families would be £10,000 better off, we know straight away that that is a lie. It has to be. It just cannot be true because it's plainly, obviously not. But it is, again, one of those lies so that the very stupid people who like to vote SNP will believe it and they will vote SNP, and then they'll be going, well, I thought we were going to be £10,000 better off. And then people will point out, no, it was a lie, like everything else. But by then, of course, it's far too late. They've already voted for these liars. There's no teaching them, when they're very, very stupid that they can't recognise obvious lies. There's no real help for them, is there? But we'll take a look at this to see what his latest lies consist of and why he insists on lying. Here goes. Now, of course, we're asking, why is he lying? But we know why he's lying. He daren't tell the truth. He mustn't tell the truth. Because the truth is that Scots would be much worse off. And so rather than say, well, if we get independence, you'll be worse off, we'll just completely lie and say, you'll be better off. In the vain hope that, the morons that vote for the SNP will believe him. And, of course, will vote for independence. Thankfully, there's enough people in Scotland that aren't morons that won't ever vote for independence. So we'll take a look at this and see what he's going on about. Snake oil salesman Yousaf ridiculed for claim that Skexit could make Scots families £10,200 better off. I mean, honestly, if you believe that, I've got a motorhome to sell you. The First Minister is already getting roasted on social media 24 hours before his big speech. His big speech is today, with critics saying independence could also bring us a body like Beyonce and free unicorns. And look, there's Beyonce and unicorns. If you vote for independence, look, you'll be living in a Garden of Eden. You've got lots of money and there'll be unicorns running around and everything will be marvellous. Except, of course, you've got him in charge and the first thing he'll do is open the borders to many, many more people just like him. And you'll be paying for it. Humza Yousaf's headline claim in his first major speech of the election year has already been shot down and exposed as outright lies, which we've been saying. Quite clear. He can't help himself. Every single thing he says is a lie. The man never tells the truth because he daren't. The First Minister will borrow his workings from a report by the left-wing Resolution Foundation think tank. Think is doing a lot of carrying. In the word think is doing a lot of carrying in that sentence. And it argued that low growth and high inequality has left British households £8,300 behind those in other economic giants such as France and Germany. I don't think they appreciate that Germany is now in a massive recession and that France has got swinging cuts. Also, France is now undergoing massive societal change with very, very big problems with Muslims. But they don't want to mention that, of course. In his speech at Glasgow University, Mr Yousaf is expected to say, if we use the same analysis for countries that are similar to Scotland, such as Denmark, Ireland and Finland, that difference for the typical Scottish household would be even greater. They would be £10,200 better off. That is the prize, he says, of independence. I think he needs to compare Denmark a bit more carefully when you consider the level of income tax in Denmark is horrendously high. Also, Finland doesn't have too many immigrants in it. It's a very low population and it's very, very different entirely from Scotland. Ireland, quite similar, but Ireland now is undergoing societal changes and indeed the entire Irish culture is evaporating. And I think you can see from recent events the problems in Ireland with regards to the massive immigration that Humza Yousaf wants into Scotland. Anyway, the Scots Tories have already said it beggars belief how the SNP leader can lecture anyone on economics after his party created the £1.5 billion black hole, which we mentioned in the first video today when we were talking about his immense madness on claiming this. But as details of the speech, and particularly the £10,200 claim, emerged on Sunday morning, social media went into overdrive with people mocking the First Minister's fantasy economics. Scott's solicitor and political commentator Kat Headley tweeted, independence could give me the physique of Beyonce. And former Scottish Conservative leader Ruth Davidson declared, independence would give me the body of Beyonce, the speed of Usain Bolt, and the Gillian Anderson for a wife. I think we could all do with Gillian Anderson for a wife. Tory MSP Stephen Kerr said, Indy could give me the average Scot $10,000 a year. Indy could make 3 new islands spring out of the Firth of Clyde. Indy could cleanse us of all our morbidities. It's turned the SNP waving random claims around like a fanatic mediacaster trying to sell his last bottle of snake oil. And that's all it is. Everyone is ripping him because it's BS of the highest order. I mean, this is really a complete and utter river of complete bollocks, bullshit, horseshit, and utter mad claims beyond all kind of sense. Another person on X declared, this has as much credibility as what was written on the Boris Brexit bus. Politicians know they can tell outright lies and a proportion of the electorate will believe their crap. It's really depressing. Yeah, unfortunately, the people that believe this crap tend to vote for them because your average SNP voter has the IQ of a boot, haven't they? They are as thick as you can like. And so, of course, they can tell all this lies. If you vote for us, all these things will happen. They won't. But, you know, the SNP voter will go, hey, I'll vote for him because all these things are going to happen. You have to wonder, God, how do you go through life that stupid? One person asked, under Indy, would we all get free unicorns too? Ironically, the Scottish Government's own figures show that every single person in Scotland is better off as a result of the United Kingdom. That's their own figures. So we know that it is complete horseshit. The latest JERS figures show expenditure north of the border was £19,459 for every resident, which was £2,217 more than in the country as a whole. Revenues were £696 higher than the UK average in 22-23, meaning that the net union dividend for Scots was £1,521. The Scottish Government's own figures show you're better off inside the union than out, and yet they make claims that you're better off, that £10,000 better off being an independent country. That man is just, I'm not even going to say he's delusional because he knows it's bollocks. He knows it's utter bollocks. What he is a liar. He's a barefaced liar. He knows he's lying. We know he's lying. But unfortunately, the SNP voters, your average SNP voter, is too stupid to know that he's lying. Oh dear. And they're going to vote for him again, aren't they? Poor deluded fools. Oh well, coming up. When you have a large proportion of the electorate that can only be described as being educationally subnormal, and they believe the lies of a party that they think are the party serving them, then that party will continue to do well in elections. What we need to do is convince these morons that actually the SNP are just laughing at you. They're telling you all this bollocks, expecting you to believe it. And you are. You're swallowing it like good little children. Here, take your medicine. Nobody is giving these people the red pill. They need to wake up and smell the coffee. Show them the true cost of what they're voting for. Sure, you can believe in independence, but don't believe the SNP. That's the last thing. They're proven multiple times to lie. But even if you proved it to these people, they'd still go out and vote for the SNP because they're too thick not to. Anyway, I shall stop there. Thank you very much for watching. Do please hit the subscribe button, ring the bell, leave a like, leave a comment. Please share the video. Till next time, stay safe, stay well, and I will speak to you later. Bye.